Hey seventh graders, welcome back to your next week of online learning. I know it seems like we've been doing this for months, but we are moving from Chew on This and the novel into poetry. I'm excited to look at your public service announcements this week. In poetry, we're going to talk about three different types of poems. We're going to talk about narratives, ballads, and lyric poems. Today we're going to talk about narrative poems. A narrative poem tells a story, but it's also a poem. It includes story elements, characters, setting, plot with action, conflict and resolution, and dialogue. It can include the author's thoughts and feelings. It uses figurative language and poetic techniques. Rhyme, rhythm, stanzas, metaphors, similes, personification. The figurative language is one big thing that I want to see you using as you write your poems in the next couple of weeks. There's an author's purpose, and it is to entertain and to leave you with a story to remember. Ballads are also narrative poems. Ballads in modern day are basically songs. They have a rhythm and a rhyme scheme to them. So when I think about a ballad, I think about a song that tells a story, and in a minute I'm going to share one with you. I want to first share a narrative poem with you and talk through it. You should have it in the lesson plan for the week. It's called Mother to Son by Langston Hughes. Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it, and splinters, and boards torn up, and places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I's been a-climbing on, and reaching landings, and turning corners, and sometimes going in the dark, where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back. Don't you set down on the steps, 'cause you finds it's kinder hard. Don't you fall now. For I's still going, honey. I's still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair. So in this poem, Mother to Son, it's a poem that tells a story from a mother's perspective about the hardships that she's facing in life. In this poem, it's not written in stanzas, it's done in lines. And I don't see a lot of figurative language in the poem. As you write this week, I want to make sure that you're adding metaphors, similes, and personification and creating stanzas in your writing. A ballad, again, is a narrative poem that has a rhyme scheme. Today we talk about it as in songs. So the song that I put on the file for this week that I want you to listen to is called Big Yellow Taxi by Counting Crows. I'd like you to read through the lyrics, and then I want you to listen to the song and listen to the story that's being told in Big Yellow Taxi. It was originally done by Joni Mitchell, but I want you to listen to it as Counting Crows, Big Yellow Taxi, and listen for the song. Listen for the story in the song. There's a beginning, there's a middle, and an end. Last, I want to read one other poem to you. It's called The Rose That Grew from Concrete. I want you to decide if it's a narrative poem, if it tells a story, if it's a ballad, it's sing-songy, has a rhyme scheme, it's like a song, or if it's a lyric poem. A lyric poem is basically a poem about a topic. It does not tell a story. It doesn't have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Again, a lyric poem is just a poem that has a topic. So the poem, follow along if you have the lesson plan in front of you for the week. The Rose That Grew from Concrete by Tupac Shakur. Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in the concrete? Proving nature's law is wrong, it learned to walk without having feet. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from concrete when no one else ever cared. So again, I want you to ask yourself, does this poem tell a story? Does it have a beginning, middle, and an end? If it does, it's a narrative poem. If it doesn't, you would categorize it as a lyric, that it's only about one topic. So I want you to be thinking about that. I look forward to watching your PSAs online, and I look forward to reading the poems that you're getting ready to write for the poetry unit. I hope you have the best week. Social distance hugs from me. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.